Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom. Shalom. Stamps. All right. Shalom. Hey, Shalom, y'all. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. Had a couple difficulties with the audio, but this man is a liar, man. This man is a liar. When I'm talking about this man, I'm talking about so-called white man, okay, Esau, Edom. And I'm sitting here, I'm listening to this dude, Tucker Carlson, speak about Russia and Putin and, you know, America and everything, man. And, you know, these Edomites, man, they're a bunch of liars. The guy sits up there and asks this nigga, is he a racist or whatever? Because he said, ask me. And the nigga was like, no, ho, ho. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all of you devils hate us Israelites, man. And it's not that America gives you the freedom of speech. It's the fact that America gives you the freedom to oppress the children of Israel. For you to live your life in a white supremacist world, man. And first of all, y'all keep saying y'all Americans. Y'all not from America. Y'all Europeans. You see what I mean? You just live in America. You weren't born here. I mean, well, you were born here, but your people are not from here. You're in Europe. So when them niggas go home to Russia, they're right at home. Okay? When them niggas go home to fucking Europe, when they go to Europe, you went home, nigga. Don't stop, you know. You keep saying you're an American. You're lying when you say that. Okay? You know? So, you know, I was just meditating. I'm like, man, everything that comes out of these devils' mouths are lies, man. Okay? The scripture says that the thief cometh not, but to steal and to kill and destroy. All right? To steal, to kill, destroy, to lie. All right? These people are a bunch of liars, man. You know? In Psalms 53, it says, the wicked are estranged as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And the truth of the matter is, you devils are just a bunch of Edomites. You want to be everybody but who you are, man. All right? You claim to be white Americans. All right? That's a lie. Because you're red. All right? Edomites. All right? Edomites. All right? And, you know, this guy, he's like, oh, he went to Moscow, and, you know, the city was clean. It was nice and safe. And then he talks about America. He's like, oh, our cities are not nice and safe and clean. You got fentanyl addicts and shit out here, blah, blah, blah. And he's lying. He's making it seem like, he said in the 1980s, post like Cold War era or whatever, you know, people weren't segregated. They got along with one another and blah, blah, blah. Man, that's a goddamn lie, man. Okay? Americans, whether it be blacks and whites, have never got along. There's always been an elephant in the room concerning the history of how this country was formed. All right? And that history is not something that people look past. When people look at America or Americans or an Edomite American, they label them as colonists. They label them with that same stigma. Colonizers, man. European, British colonizers that came to America and took over and enslaved people and took over lands, man. So the fact that they're walking around the earth talking about, oh, freedom this, freedom that, You know, I have freedoms and rights. I'm an American. I can have freedom of speech. Blah blah blah. You know, all of that shit was not free, nigga. Okay, you set up a system oppressing others that give you the you know, the freedom to talk shit and to be uh you know, the self-proclaimed most righteous man on the planet, most moral man on the planet, when in reality is your cities being dirty and, you know, drug abuse and everything is a direct reflection of your leadership. That's a direct reflection of your leadership. So then they'll gaslight and say, oh, you know, just because Moscow's clean doesn't mean that dictatorship is the way to go or whatever. And he's like, oh, the cost of freedom is to have dirty ass cities and dirty streets and drug abusers. That's not the cost of freedom. But at the same time, don't try to sit there and say that, you know what I'm saying, people was getting along here, man. People is never getting along here. It's always been a problem here in America, man. After the children of Israel have been in slavery here, all right, and you know, let out of slavery to go be corporate slaves in offices and jobs under corporations and shit. All right. So the tax system, the oppression system, it's all bullshit. Ain't no fucking freedom here. Okay. You got the freedom to be a bum and die. Okay, but other than that, you gotta work, you gotta toil, you gotta labor, you gotta adhere to the customs and the laws and the ordinances of the land. Some which are unrighteous. Like for instance, making a man have to pay child support on his children, legalizing homosexuality, giving a woman everything after a divorce which she initiates through her because you know, she's unhappy, or setting up children over the parents and setting up women over the men. Okay, that's a law. All right, equal rights for women and all this other shit. When the scriptures don't say nothing like that, the scriptures say that a man is the head of the woman. So let's be honest, man. Okay, there's nothing free about this place, man. Now we have liberty to practice this ministry and you know, stay within the faith, but you're living in a world that's directly against that. Okay, Tucker Carlson, whatever the fuck, he worked in the media for 33 years. All of these guys are fucking plugged in, man. All of these guys are in cahoots. Whether they want to sit up there and try to act like there's some kind of separate party, him, that nigga InfoWars, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, whoever. All these stupid alternative media headpieces that they use to you know, make it seem like they're against the draconian levels of the, you know what I'm saying? They're all juiced in, man. They're all with it, man. Okay, they're all hired, man. They're all hired, paid off, and you know, professional liars. These are professional liars, actors. You know, a media personality is nothing more than a B-list, C-list actor, man. It's all a big fucking psyop, psychological operation, psychological warfare, disinformation, information propaganda for your, you know what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures see. The scriptures say what? You know, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So through the scripture, through Yahweh Shemashai, we've been freed from that, because this guy, he'll sit up there and try to proclaim like he's so eloquent, and you know, he's the white man from America and he does no wrong. But the Bible tells you that you're the Edomite devil that pillaged, raped, robbed, murdered, and stole, and lives grievously, all right, over the earth. If you so-called white people, it's all about freedom, and you're not racist, and you have no problems with nobody, then why the fuck is everybody suffering under your rule, under your reign? Why are these cities dirty and these roads fucked up? And why are these jobs paying so low and your economy breaking down? Another thing, these wars or whatever are messing up the economy, right? The sanctions that they put on Russia, they mess up the economy. That's all set up. They want to mess up the economy. Why? Because they want to go into the next phase. That's why Europe's down with it, America's down with it, and they'll suffer the regular citizens because it's not about the citizens. It's about the wicked elite bankers. All right, and stupid ass Tucker Carlson, he knows that shit, but he try to sit up there like, oh, democracy, oh, I believe in rights, I believe in. You ain't got no fucking rights, man. All right, it's all about the wicked elite bankers, man. They the ones that run government. They the one that run shit. You niggas don't have no fucking rights. So when they breaking down the economies and they fueling wars, they've been fueling wars, all right, longer than we've been alive. They've been fueling wars since before America was created, man. This shit, this money and this power is passed down to children, man. Okay, and they're the ones that run shit. They're the ones that's controlling the money and breaking down the currencies, man. Why? Because they have a whole new phase. They have a whole different they have a whole different plan for the world. All right, and it's called the New World Order. Okay, where you won't have anything, and he knows that. That's why he talks about, you know, his phone being hacked and shit, right? Because they'll give you certain truths, but then they'll diverge back into the same old bullshit, like, oh, democracy, oh, rights. You don't have no you just said that the CIA was surveillancing your phone and they know what you're gonna do before you do it. That means if you don't have no privacy, then you don't have no fucking freedom. What the fuck is so hard to understand, dummy? It's pretty fucking simple. If you don't have no privacy and your phone is recording everything that you do, all of the things that you say, all of the videos that you make, all of the phone calls, text messages, everything's being tracked and everything's being surveillanced, whether it be transactions, when you walk into a store, out of a store, your bank cards, transactions, and funds, everything's being tracked. The IRS tracking down everything. They know exactly how much taxes you owe. Then, nigga, you don't have no fucking freedom. You don't have no fucking privacy, man. You know? So these devils, they don't do nothing but fucking lie, man, and try to sit there and gaslight, the simple. Because the majority of the people that's dwelling here, you know, they are very simple and easily, swayed by, the narratives that be. But we know through the spirit, I'm going to say it like this. Whether they sit up there talking about Russia as a clean, Moscow is a clean city, or whatever the case may be, and they are 7-1 as far as armaments, are building weapons. Their weapon economy is on a whole nother level compared to Europe. Doesn't matter, because us Israelites, we not down with none of this shit, man. Us so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, we not down with none of this shit, man. All right, the niggas sit up there, you talk about, oh, Black Lives Matter didn't do anything for black people. All it did was defund the police and allow more black people to be killed, or whatever the case may be, right? And first of all, Black Lives Matter was a setup, and it was funded by the wicked elites. I forget the dude's name that funded those LGBT. The Black Lives Matter was an LGBTQ movement. Okay, when you go look into the founders or whatever, they were all dykes, lesbians, putting a woman in power, and it was pretty much about progressiveness to allow black people into the gay shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that shit had nothing to do with that, but it was funded by these elites, these ish people, these Jewish Amalekites, all right, and put on Amalek controls everything. When he's given all these news coverage, who you think runs the media? Who you think makes these things trendy, man? All right, the fucking Amalekites, man. They fund everything. They run everything, whether it be sports, entertainment, news, industry. All right, and this dude Tucker Carlson act like he don't fucking know that after working 33 years for the people. He'll sit up there and say that the news networks or whatever are directly like state media. You know what I'm saying? They directly endorse the federal government. He says that out of his own mouth. But then at the same time, when talk about political, rights and shit, the democratic, having freedoms and shit, But you don't have no fucking freedoms, man. And like I said, these devils are all a bunch of fucking liars, man. At the end of the day, back to my point that I was making before, we're not with Russian or an American, man. We with Yahweh Shema Shai. As far as I'm concerned, All of these nations have made a killing off of our oppression. It's pretty much everybody against us. It tells you about that in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. All are confederate against them. And the first one is Edom, and Russians are Edomites. All of those Europeans are Edomites. They try to sit up there and try to say, oh, Russia, or Ukraine, or you NATO, or you blah, blah, blah. But all of you devils are the same fucking people, man. You just speak different languages, man. Claiming to have different cultures and cultural differences, which there is a cultural difference a little bit. But that doesn't change the fact that, you know, y'all are the same fucking people. It's just like you got Israelite foreigners, you got Edomite foreigners, man. But these are all Edomites, man, at the end of the day, you know? So, hey, man, everybody knows that you devils are lying in your teeth. You hate, if you're not racist, you definitely hate the Israelite man, all right? And that reflects in the you know, in your society, in your economy, all right? Ain't nobody pitying Jake out here, man. So, you know, these devils be capping, man. I just had to make that take, man, straight up.